Yeah. All right, I'm back. As you can see, the easel is right now on there. I think I may need to bring it a little bit more closer. Okay, that's a little bit closer. So I've already added the butterfly and a few other things on there. Let me show you. Over and over. Okay, this is how it looks like this. Woo. So I'm going to start working on it. Paint over it. Spooning my forte. And these are new paint brushes. I have not used them yet. So today I'm just going to get my creative groove on. Tomorrow I'll start working on my novel. I think I'm at 37 chapters and my goal is to reach the 40. So once I'll work on that tomorrow. Right now we're focusing on art. All right? So how your day doing so far? I'm going to have to add a different kind of blue. I did have a blue paint. I'm looking for it. Well, I'm listening to some Torrance Well right now. This is my white. I'm looking for my blue. It's a lot going on in our world today. My iron over there automatically goes out. Okay, I found some blue. Let's see if this will work. This blue that I have in here is kind of weak. I'm glad I found that white. That white paint is also always on volume. Ooh, I gotta change my music because it's kind of slowing me down. I need something. Nah, that's too slow right there. I'm trying to find me some groove music that I want to dance to. Come on, let me go and get me some Teddy Pendergrass right quick. Oh, whew. Let's see if this blue word. Okay. I don't love you anymore. Simple. Time you try to add that blue, it still go back to a green. So I'm gonna have to go back to that. Makes me mad. Ah, no, not. You know, so much going on in my life. All I can do right now is continue to pray. Remember my past because I don't know if some of y'all know. I started my first spiritual journey a long, long time ago. I think it was around about 2004 is when I first took my spiritual journey. What I did is I let go of everything that was going on in my life. You know, at that time, at that age, I was drinking, you know, doing a little thing that you do to try to, I guess, basically kill the pain of the thing that you had to endure when you're younger and you haven't grown up yet. So that's what I had to do right there. So when I took my first spiritual quest, it went on for about 4 years. For 4 years, I did many different tasks during my spiritual quest. I mean, it's like an acceptance that comes in your life, and you ask, are you ready to feed your spirit? Because of all the bullshit that I've been through in my life, I got tired of it. I say something got to give. So I wanted to do something for myself, something for my life, instead of doing the same old thing that I used to do. I stopped doing that. So what I did during my spiritual quest is what I did was I had vows that I had to go through. There will be some days where I took a vow of silence. I need that. Where is that at? Looking for my bottle that thinning out my paint. I know that I brought that in here. No, no. Okay, where my bottle is go, y'all? I'm gonna have to step out right quick. I gotta go get my bottle that thins out my paint. While I'm painting, I must have forgot to bring it in here. Where'd it go? Oh, here you go. Woo! I told this thing to repeat and play all, and it keeps playing one song on there. I don't know what's going on with my music today because they be tripping. It keeps saying playing the same thing over and over again. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to find me some music. Get my groove going, you know. Okay. I found my bottle. Ever? Hmm. I gotta find something to put this in. I need a little bitty cup. Hmm. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Mm-hmm. In the wind. Ah, start, start my victory. Yeah. I can't. Hmm. Heaven help me. All right. I can't. No. No matter how hard I try. Okay, like I was saying, I started my spiritual quest. I think it was about 2004. Whole lot of things on my mind. I did a vow of silence some days where I did not speak at all. They give me days where I can be able to concentrate and be in my thoughts. That's what I did. So after that, at that time, I grew up. I didn't grow up in a Baptist church. I grew up in a Methodist church in Houston, Texas. Sixth Ward, double trade. That's where my ancestors reside from. So you see, spirituality was always a part of my life. All right. And after that, I would have. At that time, I read the Bible. I read the Bible from the front to the back, and that's what I don't understand about humans is that why every other book you start, in between of it, but don't start at the beginning. I'd rather start at the beginning so I can know what's going on. For 4 long years, I studied the Bible. So, I mean, at first it was really hard for me when I read it because, they got them vowels and all that stuff in it. I didn't think I would ever get it. But eventually I got it. And throughout the years that you read it, I began to change. So I did not just do that. After letting go all the drinking and all the playing around with the ladies, I stepped toward that spiritual quest because I got tired of playing games with people. At that time, I was looking for love in all the wrong faces and all the wrong places. That's what was happening my way. So I got tired of that, man. I just say, let me take my spiritual journey. But what I learned on my spiritual journey, that I went into a transformation and I changed. I was no longer the same person that I used to be. Even my family recognized the fact that I changed. And not only that, with that change, I felt the Great Spirit deep, deep inside my soul. I can just feel it flowing inside of me. And I'm very, very thankful that I had that opportunity to be able to feel the Great Spirit. It is a feeling of something that you can't really explain. You can't explain it. All I know is you. All I know is I felt it in my soul. Now, after 4 years of being on my journey, I after that, transformation happened and all that situation there. One thing I learned through my steps is that you have to learn. It's almost like, how when people go to AAA and they ask you to all the things you have done is to try to forgive that person for the things you have done wrong. Taking your spiritual quest and after coming out there with that transformation, that's how you know you had a change. Because you're not the same person that you used to be, and you're willing to accept the things that you have done wrong in life. That comes with remorse. When you feel bad about what you have done, and you know that it's wrong and you don't want to take those steps anymore. That's when that discipline come in because you say, I've done that before and I don't want to do it again. So in order to do that, I have to discipline myself. So I had to discipline myself from what I've been doing. And during that time, that situation there, I thought I knew it. I was on the right track. I changed. I wasn't the type of person that I used to be. But I learned on the way that taking a spiritual quest is an everyday life experience, because just like in Buddhism, there's paths you have to take. There's steps you have to take. It's not like you say, hey, I'm going to go to church every Sunday. I'm not knocking y'all. I go to church every Sunday and I read and I'm saved. No, a part of that path is taking those vows of silence, discipline, and also confessing with your voice into the Great Spirit, because we make mistakes. I mean, it's like I tell people, we are on earth battlefield. You can't do it alone by yourself doing this battle. You're going to need some help. So after, learning to confess, vow of silence, and I mean, when I came out there, I no longer read the Bible. Because it's like my eyes are open and I'm seeing reality. That's something in me that's different. Where my voice and started wanting to know and learn more and continue to walk that spiritual path. So that's when I started learning a little bit more about Buddhism. And one thing people need to get straight, that being a Buddhist, is not worshiping a God. Buddha was a king. And he wanted to learn what it's like to live in this world while we're going through suffering. Because we suffer in many ways, and the only reason why we suffer, because human beings have not taken the initiative to have remorse and to deal with the situations that are going on in their life, and they want to hold on to their selfish past. That's not living in reality. But like I said, Buddha was not a king. He gave us the steps and the path to take. Just like you do yoga, this is an exercise and path for you to take so you can feed your spirit. Just like yoga is help the body and help the mind and spirit too. But Buddhism is about helping that spirit and clearing that mind so you can be able to be mindful and deal with the reality of what's going on in our world today. So, but I said I wanted to be quick with this situation. I don't want to be all day doing this situation here. Yeah, I wanted to be quick with it. I didn't want to be all day on there because I know I got to take my butt a break, sit myself down. I have not even did my exercise today. But like I said, after doing that, I now take that path, not just the Buddhist way, but also my native ancestor way of the Native Indian way. And I chose, after the 4 years of being on that, accepting my spiritual quest, I went on to my second quest, which I'm still on now. This path is different. Whew, this path is a path that you got to stay true to every day, because your mind is opening to reality and new things that's going on. Revelations are being revealed as you breathe here on this earth. My goodness, it's not easy living in this world today. That's why it's very important that you feed your spirit. And I like I tell everybody, I really ask that you take the initiative to go on your spiritual quest. You don't have to go home or leave your home, go anywhere. It's about accepting the fact that, hey, I am ready to take a step toward feeding my body, feeding my spirit, living into reality, and to realize, hey, I'm not going to be here forever. People got to stop living like they sit up there ain't going to be here for hundreds and hundreds of years. You don't know that. You don't. Teach your children. Always teach your children how to be true to themselves and true to one another. I mean, 'cause all this hate that's going around, which I don't really understand or get it, for the simple fact that we are all made out of flesh and we going crazy, these folks going crazy want to deal with racism. This flesh, this color of my skin, gonna drop, and my spirit is gonna rise. So right now, what should be more important? Me worried about my skin or my spirit? Because when you go, your flesh gonna drop to the ground. Your spirit rise, whether it rise too. It depends on your journey and how you were when you were here. It's not easy, you know. Me, I'm 61 years old now, and I'm like, oh my goodness, saying, oh, I wish I had known this when I was younger. I'm thankful I know it now. That's the important thing, that I know it now. I can't change what happened yesterday. All I can do is deal with what happened today. That's it. That is it. 'Cause you never know. You never know what the future may bring. Never know. I mean, I'm so used to being outside, I like looking at the sky. Especially when it's a storm brewing in the sky. That's when I really feel a great spirit in my soul. But I must tell y'all, you got to learn how to find ways to get yourself together and prepare for this battle that's going on right now. It's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. But you got to be real. You got to be true to yourself and true to others. I mean, aren't y'all tired of playing the same old game? We're supposed to be moving forward and not moving backwards. Ooh, one of my headphones came down. I'm going to have to get some different kind of headphones because these things here do not stay in my ears at all. So guys, I'm going to work on this situation here a little bit. What time is it? Because I got to take me a sit-down break and figure out how I want the rest of this to be. And I'll come back to you when I then try to get it where I want it to be. But other than that, I hope my words stay in your mind. Because right now we can only do this together. Especially if you're alone, make sure you do the wise things. Make sure you, right now, got a lot of food, cans and foods in your house. Rice, especially brown rice. Oh, I mean, that's so much to do to prepare ourselves because, they say it's a war. It is a war going on right now. And right now, you got to prepare yourself. Start taking care of your house. Start taking care of yourself, your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I know I'm supposed to be doing my exercise, which is my warrior stand that I do. Whew, that's a part of my exercise. I gotta finish that today. But I'll be back, show you a little bit more. I'm finna take a sit down break. I'm old. I can't be standing up like I used to. All right? Later.